Alrighty, so my name is Stephen Tanner II, and today I'm going to be doing my Quickshare video. I am in this scenario. I am the teacher, and this is a 10th grade classroom for English. Um, and just a basic introduction, we're going to be doing Strategy 60 out of the textbook, which is titled Turn Your Students into Language Detectives, which is kind of what I wanted to title this assignment. Kind of, I just titled it Language Detectives. So without further ado, here we go. All right. So students, today you're going to become language detectives. Dun, 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 dun. And then I might play like something in the background. Okay, so as we all know, language is always evolving, right? And back in the day, way back in the day, thousands of years ago, um, you had the Germanic English, which is kind of transferred over today, and you have the Latinate English. And so, a little history lesson: you had um, a king from another nation that came and invaded England, and so you had the citizens who spoke this Germanic language. It was very simple, it was very plain, kind of barbaric in a way, if you want to say. And then you have this new language that royalty is speaking because they came from another country, and so they're very proper and very elegant, and so they have their words, the citizens have their words. Obviously the citizens are not going to speak the language of royalties because most of them can't even read, so they're not going to change their language overnight. It did take a couple years. The language kind of got incorporated to where student knock it off, to where the language kind of got it incorporated to where you had the more Germanic barbaric words and you had more of the fancy Latinate words. And then over the years, that obviously evolved into the English that we have today. So, your objective today is you're going to become language detectives, and you're going to try to find out which words came from our more barbaric Germanic side, the more simple words, and which words came from our Latinate side, which is the more complex, the harder to pronounce, the fancy looking words, if you will. Knock it off. Okay, so the first word that I have for you, children, is relinquish. Relinquish. Now, do we think that that word is more of a proper word that you would use for something, or is it kind of a basic word? I'll wait for answers. Okay, yeah, it is. It's a fancier word. Can anyone think of like maybe a more simple word that can be related to relinquish that we could, when you relinquish something, what do? You give it away, right? So maybe give, leave, you leave it. Those are more like Germanic words. So the next one, ask. Is that fancy or is that simple? I'll wait for the answers. That's right. It's simple. It's very simple to say ask. It's very, you say it like a barbarian. I ask you, right? So you have ask. What would be like maybe a more proper term that you could? Let's think. I inquire. Yeah, right. A Latinate word would be like inquire. Next word. So we have flag. What would flag? Would flag be more of a complex word or more of a simple word? That's right. Be more of a simple word, flag. And in correspondence to that, I would say, what would be some words that we could use instead of flag? We could use like, um, maybe not banner, because banner is also a very simple word, a banner. Maybe signal. Signal, that's a good one. Signal would be kind of like I'm sending a signal out instead of I'm sending a flag out. Oh, this is a good one. Commence. Now, what do we think about this one, children? Some say it's Germanic, some say it's Latinate. Okay, well, fun fact, this one is Latinate because you can actually, the cool thing about these words is you can look at the roots and you can kind of see where they come from. I did a class in college. Maybe you all will take the same class one day. But yeah, it's a Latinate word, commence. And what would be like a more of a simple word compared to commence? When you commence something, what does that mean? That's right. It means you start. Start. And the same thing, even something as small as bug. Bug, obviously, right? That's a very simple word. Um, on the inverse of that, you could say insect, and that's more of a Latinate word. So, yeah, you have that. And now, Let me move on to the harder words. So, which one do you think is Germanic in this instance? Baby or infant? They both sound kind of simple, but like I said, you take a look at those roots and you find which one sounds more proper in a way. You say, oh, look, there's a baby. Or you say, no, that's an infant. So infant would be the more uh, proper word. Imagine yourself being royalty. Oh, I'm holding my infant in my hands. Uh, and the same thing goes with this one, deer. Deer, right? When you say, oh, I see a deer over there. But a fancy person would be like, I am dining on the highest quality venison, right? So venison would be like more of a Latin word than deer. And you can kind of see this connection to where a lot of words mean the same thing, but they just have different words for them. And that's kind of like just the blending of those two languages like I was talking about before, all those years ago. Another one, this is a great one. Dog. So you see a dog, right? And royalty would be like, I have my three canines, on the premises. So canine versus dog, that's another word. So I'm going to be handing out these papers to you. Handing out the papers right now. And it has a list of words on there, and I want you to define if they are Germanic, barbaric, or if they're Latin, very proper. And then I will see the results afterwards. And all right, cut. Very good assignment, everyone. So I kind of wanted to explain why I chose this assignment and how it can help ELLs, because I didn't really expand on that. But in the textbook, it does say that this is very helpful for ELL students, because there are, especially Spanish-speaking students, because they said there's a lot of words that mean the same thing, but some of them are more like proper. So it's kind of like in the English language where you have the barbaric words and you have the proper words. So it's just kind of like that mix. And they have a couple Spanish words here that are kind of like the Latinate, because Latin, obviously correlates to Spanish as well. You have words like encounter and encontrar, equal, igual, entire, entero, and you can kind of incorporate, if you wanted to, you could incorporate Spanish words. You could even probably look at other languages too, because I'm sure French, any of those like European countries back in the day, their language is evolving all the time. So you could really apply it to any language over there if you wanted to. Um, and let's see. Other than that, I think that is pretty much it. Thank you for my Quickshare video. Sorry if it was a little unbearable. Um, but other than that, I hope you have a good day.